Is this thing on? Welcome back to Movies TV Man. I'm Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. Welcome to my Penguin Episode 5 review. The difference between television today and television in years gone by, we used to have 20 plus episodes to see character dynamics put together. The reason that the Clark and Lex dynamic worked so well by the time we got to season 6 and 7 is because we had 20 plus episodes a season for them to deliver that. To do it slowly but surely, we don't have that anymore. But I don't think audiences have the patience anymore to watch 20 plus episodes of TV. I kind of like the 8 episode run. And even though I had issues with last week's episode of The Penguin for the feminist commentary, I love the Penguin television show. Don't get it twisted. It's brilliantly written, directed, and performed. It's probably some of the greatest TV we've had since peak Game of Thrones and peak The Walking Dead. It's really good television. And this week's episode is much improved to last week's. But in a way, you kind of had to have last week's episode to get to the goodness of this week. And in this week's episode, we kind of see why Sophia kept Johnny alive. She tortures him a little bit. She's keeping him underground. She needs to know what he did with the Falcone cash. And Johnny's not stupid. He knows once he gives away that information, he's brown bread. And I love the way she killed him. I love the way she played with that. You even get the moment when he talks about how he loved her mother and all of that. And they want you to have the impression that she's going to spare him. So I love that moment when she has the meeting with all the thugs and Johnny's there and she kisses him on their head and she says, the only made man here is Johnny. But because he's a made man, she has to take him out. There's no way she could trust him. She has to wipe out that previous leadership. And she already has, and Johnny's the last one. She's got the cash, and it's brilliant because she starts saying certain things like, we need to stop this war with the Maronis. And she says something. Look, what I love also is the way she says, look, I killed my family. She's not holding anything back here. Here's the money. My family treated you like dirt, treated you like idiots, paying you a pittance while they made a profit. Here's the cash. Take it. All of a sudden, she gains respect because she's on their level. She's projecting that she is the same as them. This is a very old tactic from leaders who do this. I'm one of you. I'm on your side. And by blowing Johnny's brains out in front of them, she projects that as well. And it was a shocking, surprising moment because when you get to that moment, you don't think she's going to kill Johnny. You think he's going to be part of the new leadership, but she takes him out. She has to take him out. I think Sophia is well portrayed by Christine Milotti. I think she's been sensational. I think her interviews are brilliant. And I think she's been projecting herself really, really well. I hope she has a future in, Matt Reeves' The Batman crime saga. At this moment in time, I don't know if she has a future. It's very, very interesting. I spoke the other day about some fan theories about her becoming Poison Ivy. It will be very, very interesting. As we go to Vic, it's Vic's responsibility this week to protect Ozzy's mother because Ozzy has got a huge problem now. Once he realizes that Sophia has taken out her own family, he starts to click on how dangerous she is. He's claiming that he's played her, that, in a way he tricked her into killing her own family, but that's not the case. Oz knows there's a problem. Oz knows that Sophia is coming for him. And he knows the number one way she's going to do this is attempt to kill his mother. Now we get this really great play by Oz where he kidnaps the Maroney's son. And I love that bit when he comes out the van and the son is soaked. Now I'm surprised that the mother doesn't realize that he's dosed with gasoline. I mean, surely she could have smelt it even from the distance she's at. But it's a great play by Oz. He takes them out. He takes the wife out and the son out, but he doesn't bargain on Maroney escaping prison. He's supposed to be taken out. So all of a sudden, Sophia has another genius play where she decides to create a deadly union with Maroney. And that will be interesting. I think what we got now, this was episode 5. We've got 3 more episodes to go. So it'll be interesting how that union plays out. I expect Maroney to die by the end of this series, but I think if you're a fan of Sophia, you'll be worried about her. The whole problem that Sophia's got with Oz here, he's a street rat. And as we saw in this episode, the more you corner the penguin, the more dangerous he becomes. He's very, very unpredictable. This is a street-level criminal. Also interesting that we're delving into the deaths of his brothers, and Vic kind of asks him what happened. And we don't really get many details. This city took them, or this city took them like they took your family as well, Vic. What's happening between Oz and Vic? There's this kind of bond forming. But I still wouldn't be surprised if Vic becomes the Robin of the Batman crime saga universe. Don't be surprised if something goes wrong between him and Oz and he's left on the streets by the end of the season, and then Bruce Wayne turns up, and saves him, picks him up, takes him with him. I know we've been told that Batman isn't in this series, but they haven't said, well, Bruce Wayne isn't in it. So Bruce Wayne, Robert Pattinson could cameo in the finale. Because I still have a theory that Vic will be this universe's Robin, and I think that would be a really good thing too. So I think this is a really, really good episode. It goes on from last week. All the players now are in position. The war between Sophia and Oz is ready to begin. And it's Sophia unleashed, but it's also Oz unleashed as well. He said a very interesting thing to Vic as well. He said to Vic, please protect my mother. She's the one who gives me my humanity. So I think she will be taken out by the end of this season by Sophia. And I think this is how we get more kind of comic book villain kind of penguin. Oz, when he loses his mother, that's absolutely, obviously going to break him. But the number one magic of this show is the character development. The best television shows have greatly developed characters with very, very interesting personalities. Sophia is great to watch. Oz is great to watch. Vic is great to watch. You've got 3 really interesting, principal characters in this show. What's good about this show as well, there's not many principal characters. The principal characters really, there's 3 of them. The 3 interests we have is in Oz, Vic, and Sophia. And so you only have to focus on 3 characters. In a way, it's a small show, but it's very, very grounded and very, very HBO. So, and I love the fact that we got the copper from the Batman in this episode, speaking to Sophia as well and making the accusation, look, this is all very convenient. They're all dead. You're still alive. And I think you don't have to be an expert copy. You don't have to be Columbo to work out and think, what's going on here? This is all rather suspicious. But she kind of puts him in his place. And obviously, he can't prove what she did. And so I think this was an outstanding episode. One thing I'll say about this show, you never take your eyes off of it. It never bores you. It always interests you. Because what's interesting about this show, there's very little action. The same with the Batman. The Batman had very little action, but you could never take your eyes off of it. Because Matt Reeves is a genius. And I'm so excited to see this crime saga being fleshed out. So bring on the next 3 episodes.